Hello, welcome. This is Jimmy with VGMechanica.com. I've been gone for a little bit, short hiatus, had to rebuild a new PC to run this thing much more efficiently. I'm back and we're ready to go. Let's play some Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're going to head to a new area in the north that I've never been to, where there's this big creepy citadel that my friend here, his name's Diacon, has been telling me about, and our friend, how do you spell her, or say her name? Iniri, and they're both longtime Final Fantasy XI players as well. So without further ado, where we're starting from today is we're starting at White Wolf Gate, and we're going to head out this exit because it's a lot easier and closer to the closest exit to where we're headed. So let's head on out there. Also read some release notes, or some update notes of what they're going to do in future patches that I'm fairly excited about. The main one being that I'm probably the most excited for is the inventory sort feature. So when you're crafting and just getting loot, it'll actually be able to sort there. So it's not just random little half stacks of things throughout the inventory. They also said they're going to be adding guild leaves, new ones, of course, but they're adding ones with Notorious monsters. If you've played Final Fantasy XI before, you know the Notorious monsters. God, you'd be camping them for hours on end for waiting for them to pop. But with this way, you'd have it on a guild leaf, and they would then you'd have one reserved for you essentially, so you wouldn't have to compete with everyone. Okay, I'm going to stop real quick and I'm going to show you the first part of where we're going to go. Okay, so we're going to head far to the northwest here, following this path all the way to this little zone right here. And then I'll show you the map again when we get there and show you our ultimate destination. So, away we go. Let's see, yeah, the NMs are going to be pretty cool, because then you won't have to compete and camp for them. They've been pretty tight-lipped about if they're going to actually add ones that would just spawn like in 11, where they'd be lottery spawns and that. Part of me misses it, but then I think a little bit more on it, and no, I really don't, because you'd have that one or two people that would be there for, God, weeks on end. Not to mention the guild farmers that would camp it just to get it, just to make sure you wouldn't get the item, so you would buy the sellable version of the selected item. Just really annoying. So that'll be really cool. I did end up getting my Marauder to level 12, or rank 12 rather. And more importantly, some new clothes. I'm not wearing the little chainmail bikini anymore, thank God. I'm starting to chafe. Let's see. Oh, they're also adding a better chance of successful crafting when you're at the level of the selected craft. For example, let's say brass rings for, let's say it required at least rank 5 to make them. Well, at this point, my friend's making, actually Diacon here is making recipes. He's rank 21 now in armor, and he'll make a rank 5 recipe and still fail it from time to time with fair regularity. It's kind of annoying, so they're at least addressing that. Of course, by now everyone knows that Square Enix did give everyone an extra free month, which is probably the closest we'll ever get to an apology from Square Enix. And it's way more than I expected them to do. If you played 11 for any amount of time, you know that Square Enix for a long time was pretty much of the opinion of, you will play the game the way we want you to play, and we don't really, frankly, give a damn what you think. So, that's really cool. It is going to be a long walk, but I've heard it's a pretty cool looking zone, so it's been hearkened to what the Shadow Lord's castle used to look like in Castle Valbales from 11. Very spiky looking. And maybe next time we'll have Diacon here on mic with me, but we forgot one today, so... Let's see. Oh, another update is they're making targeting easier. So when you're in the midst of combat trying to target that monster or target an ally for healing, they're supposedly going to make it a lot easier to navigate that. What's that? Yeah, and they're reworking the whole user interface as well. Plus, he's made this armor himself. He actually made the pants that I'm wearing and the gloves, which are pretty dang cool. Oh, and the helmet, which is way better than the chain one that I was wearing. The chainmail, at least on the helmets in this game, at least for the cat lady, it looks kind of ridiculous, I think, with the big chain points coming off their heads for their ears. I always call the cat ladies Mithras, because that's what I'm used to. And I honestly don't think I can actually pronounce what they actually call them now. So, let's see what else. Oh, a loot list option in the menu system, so you'll be able to pop it open and hit your loot list to see what's currently ready to be distributed amongst the party members, which will be cool. So you'll probably be able to, you know, to cast lots like 11 or something along those lines. And of course ninja looting stuff, you know, will probably come back with that, I imagine. You can also, you'll be able to remap all functions to any key, which has got me fairly excited. Instead of just, I think currently now the only thing you can really remap is to the escape key, which is kind of ridiculous. But I am really encouraged, though. I mean, with them adding, you know, a free month, I mean, it's $12.99 a month, right? And right now there's about anywhere from 2,300 to 4,000 people on my server. Well, that accounts for half of it, because you also have Japan. I mean, the other side of the world, they're on at a different time of day. So we double that. Let's say, even say 5,000 on this server. Well, how many servers they got? Like 14? So you times that number by that, and then times that by, you know, the $13 a month. That's a pretty good chunk of change they're deciding just to, you know, not charge. So it's kind of a big deal. I've never heard of any other MMO that has done anything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And at least has more faith. It lets me have more faith in them. Well, yeah, while we're here, we're going to grab this point in case we die on the way. I've heard that there'd be dragons up there, so... Let's touch that. Alrighty, and onward we go. Make sure to go on there. Yep. Ah. Oh! Speaking of maps, or well, looking at the map reminded me rather. Also in the update, they're going to be able to show you and your party's position on the map now, finally, which has been one of my big beefs. Because you know you're in a party with someone. All right, I'm heading to you. Where you at? By the tree. You know, really hard to find anyone. But they'll be able to add markers on the map now, so you'll be able to see your party members other than just in the little mini-map. Like right now you can see, as I'm sure we've gone over before, but you can see the little dots on my two party members here, but when I pull up the map, you just see me. So it'll be nice when they get that implied, or in the game as well. Let's do this real quick. Oh, as well as in 11, you could type this. You would go caret, POS, caret the other way, and then you hit your button. Well, now it just says POS. But in the in 11, what it would say is like I-5, for example. The maps were set up in a grid where you'd have letters along the top and numbers down the side. So you could easily say, hey, come to POS, and you know that's where I'm at, and it'll say where on the grid you are. So that'll also help a lot more too. Also, when you bring up your map, you're no longer, like you'll notice right now, the chat log, when I bring up the map, it hides it. Now it will show it if I type it, but a lot of people, if I hit the button so I can type to talk, but a lot of people have complained that they want to see the chat log while they have the map open. It doesn't really affect me so much in my playstyle, but apparently enough people complained that it would, so they're going to add that. He gets stuck on a rabbit. Let's see here. They're also adding a completed quests option in the log too, so you can see what ones you've completed. Oh, I must be at the zone. There we go. Probably the coolest thing that they're adding for crafting is if you have the requirements, you know, all the materials, you can select that recipe, hit the button, and it'll automatically start it for you. You don't have to go through and select each component anymore, which is going to be huge. 11 didn't have that. It was always you had to find it. But that'll make it easy. And then let's see. Oh, search functions for the market wards. So and when you are, let's say you're searching for something like brass ingots. Well, I go into the market ward. I bring up my search function. I say look for brass ingots, and it will put a little icon next to the vendor's name of who is selling what I'm looking for. So it'll make it a lot easier that way. Although it still is an auction house, which, yes, I'm one of the people that would prefer an auction house just because I'm lazy and don't want to wander around for hours trying to find someone. At least the search function will make it a lot easier and more doable, I think. Oh, and this one's pretty cool too. You can favorite 3 places for teleporting to, like Gridania or one of the particular camps. And you can favorite up to 3 of them, and that will, it'll be for half price. So that's pretty cool. So if you're always going to one particular camp for, say, crafting or something like that, or you meet your link shell once a week or whatever you do, it'll be half price, even if it's across the world, which I think is pretty nice. And returns are half price as well. Alright, so I'm going to put auto follow on Diacon here, and I'm going to bring up the map and show you where we're headed. Alright, this way, way up here, to this right here. It kind of looks like Dracula should be living there, no? Look at that thing. It's crazy. So, I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'm just wondering exactly what we're going to find around there. I'm betting demons and dragons. Oh, that's a weird looking wolf there. I wonder if they're undead. Because yeah, patience with me, I haven't been up this way yet, so it's really cool looking. A lot of rain though. I'm also terrible. If I go exploring and I see a little shiny thing off on the side, like for mining, I'll have to stop and mine it real quick, and it drives me nuts. we're along the way. We're also going to stop at the other crystals and grab them. So, because like I said, I've never been this way before, so it's nice to get them on here. Camp Glory. I think I'm going to call that Camp Glory Hole. Sorry to the female viewers in advance. But at least it's not the. At least this map's not the maze that Gridania was. Most of it looks like you can walk around little mountain areas. And hopefully, just a reminder too, hopefully you've signed up at the site so you can get entered for that contest we're having to win the Gilgamesh statue. I've seen it, it's really, really cool. It's one of the Play Arts statues. They're pretty sweet, and we're working on future contests as well. But we figured it'd be nice to actually, kind of as a thank you for all your guys' support in that and helping to start this out. Alright, I've arrived at Camp Glory Hole. Alright. Now back south to the road, I guess. If I can negotiate a fence there. There we go. I guess they're gearing up here real quick. Oh, there they go. In case we have to fight something. That's reassuring because, you know, he's ranked 21. I'm rank 13. Or 12, rather. So, yeah, if stuff goes down, it's going to be run! Or I can just pop some popcorn and watch them fight it. Hopefully those of you that have been playing 14 are enjoying it. I know I am, and the more and more they add, it just gets better and better. At first it was really, really kind of hard to keep playing it, I think, because it was just so much lag, especially in the interface. They fixed a lot of that, actually. I could do an 8 count before my inventory would come up. From the second of hitting the button, I could count to 8 before it would bring up my inventory. Now it's still not instant, but it's maybe a second and a half, if at most. Let's see real quick. For inventory. Yeah, like under 2 seconds. So, way better than it was. I've even noticed crafting is a lot quicker, unless you're surrounded by a ton of people. And I think that's just lag. Now we're in a canyon slide. That's cool. So watch out for womp rats. Oh, hippogriffs? Holy crap! Hippogriff? Well, it's red, so I won't mess with that. As I'm sure everything will be from here on out, for me at least. Oh, nope, there's a yellow one. He just... Yellow for all 3 of us. Okay, so it's... Yeah, it's party ranked, I guess. When you're in party, it's... when you check something, it's... the difficulty for the party. Which should be interesting to know the actual formula that they use for that. And I'm sure someone will test it out and get it figured out. I still haven't seen any bombs. And I always like with each edition of the Final Fantasy games, when they do a bomb critter, I like, they just never cease to amaze me at how many different ways they can make a polygon or a sprite of a bomb and make it look interesting every single time, yet retain enough of its original feel that you know exactly what it is at a glance. Kind of like the Marlboros. Those things are crazy, and we ran into one of those a week or so ago, and it ate me, and wow, with like one shot, I think it did 6,400 damage to me. Maybe I'll have to go out there and try to sneak around him and show you guys that later too. That'd be cool. That's the other. That's far south of southeast or southwest of Grandia. And you'll have to I do have to apologize for my pronunciation. Never been that great. Condor might aggro us. I'm gonna put Defender up myself. Just in case. Alright. Oh, he's gonna refresh. Something's got 6 seconds for cooldown. Alright. Now it's time to pray. See if we can avoid the aggro. Yeah, the aggro system in this game needs some work, I think, too, because I've gone wandering around with Diacon a lot, and we ran into these big salamander things, and I'm like, I wonder if those things aggro. So we walk up to them and dangle our supple flesh in front of them, and nothing. Like, they ignored us. So we run around. We think, oh, they don't aggro us, and boy, just out of the blue, we hear this giant hiss, and he eats us. So I don't know if it's because of a lag issue or what. Oh, I wonder if that's what I see off in the distance. Our destination. Probably not, because that's a long ways away. Unless it's much bigger than it looks like. Trying to avoid the aggro. Little, a higher version of a puck, which are the little dragon imp looking things. You know, I think that actually is it. That has to be. Hey, look, a black sheep. And it's red. Well, okay, it's a black sheep, but it's red difficulty. I think that is the castle. was hoping it'd be kind of a more exciting video, but at least I'm showing you someplace new and exciting that we haven't been. Oh, Camp Dragonhead. We'll go ahead and we'll hit that. That way for when the worst happens. Plus then Endless can hitch a ride up here with me and I'll get him all squared away on that. Which, the teleporting system has to be one of the coolest things ever in a 11 game, or in a Final Fantasy game such as this. Don't no longer have to wait and shout for hours in town begging for a teleport Mia so you can go meet up with your friends or go to Dynamis or whatnot. Or not Dynamis, but like Sky. Alright. Cool, I got that one. And I think this is the last stop before we actually hit it. Yep, just a little bit further. This is the furthest I've ever been north. And boy, I wonder if it's always raining in this zone, because it sure can rain. It has been raining the whole time here. Let's put our cursor here so what it says. Anything? Nope. Oh, and if for you Windows users out there, like Windows 7 or XP, or if you like the widgets, search for Erosa clock for a widget, or Enzra, or whatever the world's, however it's pronounced, for Final Fantasy XIV timer. And there's a little widget that says the time, how long it is till the leaves reset, and if you click on it, it brings up the phase of the moon, the day of the week. It's a really cool little gadget. Whoa, okay, so it appears we've arrived. There's a big old gate, and there's the castle. Screenshot there. I wonder what it's even called. It's cool looking though. Looks like I can kind of make out maybe some windows are open. Alright, let's go talk to these guys here. What do you say? Would you pledge your fealty to the Fury, or would you walk the path of the unbeliever, to cast from the heavens upon your passing, doomed to wander the seven hells for eternity? Yes? Let's see. What about this guy? The Fury judges the souls of all those who stand before these gates. None may pass until her voice is heard. So that, to me, says expansion. Because there isn't any way for me to open the gate. So I don't think that'll work. Alright, well, it's got a sheep in his face. Awesome. Alright, well, I hope that was at least somewhat entertaining for you. It doesn't look like it's open yet. I would guess some update or expansion will probably unlock that, and my guess, I'm going to call it now, is that's where the first major boss of the game is going to be, kind of like the Shadow Lord was in 11. So, until next time, this is Jimmy with VGMechanica, and I will see you guys in a couple days.